What if the reason you feel tired all the time has nothing to do with aging? What if your lack of energy, your brain fog, those heavy legs, are all symptoms of something deeper, something silently draining your vitality? Most people over 60 are told, that's just how it is now. But that's a lie, because new research shows that your body still has the potential to feel strong, focused, and energized. If you fix one overlooked problem happening inside your cells, in this video, I'll reveal 3 science-backed strategies that restore energy at the root, not with caffeine but by reigniting the natural power plants inside your body. Yes, even if you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, you'll learn the real reason your energy fades with age, and the nutrients, habits, and foods that can flip the switch back on. No hype, no gimmicks, just proven biology explained simply, so you can take action today, and by the end of this video, you'll finally understand why your energy has been slipping away, and exactly how to get it back. Let's begin. Let me ask you something. Have you been sleeping enough, but still waking up tired? Have you noticed that simple tasks, like climbing stairs, carrying groceries, or just staying focused during a conversation, feel harder than they used to? This isn't just about being older, it's about what's happening inside your cells. More specifically, inside the tiny structures responsible for powering every movement, every heartbeat, and every thought. Your mitochondria are your body's energy factories. They take the food you eat and the oxygen you breathe and turn them into energy. The kind of energy your muscles, brain, and organs rely on every single second to function properly. But here's the catch. After the age of 60, these mitochondria start to slow down. They become less efficient. They die off faster than your body can replace them, and they produce less ATP, the fuel your cells run on. Less ATP means slower reflexes, weaker muscles, and yes, constant fatigue. That kind of tiredness that sleep doesn't fix. That feeling of moving through your day like your body is stuck in low gear. And this decline doesn't just affect your muscles, it affects your brain. Mitochondrial dysfunction is now strongly linked to memory loss, mood swings, and slower thinking. Symptoms that are often misdiagnosed as normal aging. But what if I told you there are ways to revive your mitochondria, that your body can actually build new ones? Stronger, more efficient ones, even in your 70s or 80s. And what if I showed you the exact nutrients, habits, and foods that can flip the switch back on and reignite your energy from within? We'll get to all of that in a moment. But first, I want you to visualize something with me. Imagine a city running low on electricity. The lights flicker. The machines slowed down. Eventually, parts of the city shut down completely. That's your body on mitochondrial decline. Now imagine that same city restoring its power grid, one generator at a time. The lights come back on. The streets come alive. Everything starts running smoothly again. That's what we're aiming for inside your body, to bring your internal energy systems back online, naturally, safely, and with results you can feel in your legs, your mind, and your life. And it all begins with a compound your body depends on, but rarely gets enough of after 60. It's called CoQ10, and it might be the missing spark your cells are begging for. Let's move into it. If your body is a machine, then CoQ10 is the spark that keeps the engine running. This tiny compound, short for coenzyme Q10, lives inside your mitochondria, the energy factories we just talked about. Without it, those factories slow down, and so does everything else in your body. CoQ10 plays a direct role in producing ATP, the fuel your cells need to move, think, and heal. But here's the problem. As we age, our natural levels of CoQ10 drop, sometimes by more than 50% after age 60. That drop isn't harmless. It leads to less efficient energy production, slower cell repair, and weaker muscle function. And in the real world, that means your legs feel heavier, your brain fogs, your stamina fades faster. What's worse is that certain medications, especially statins used for cholesterol, reduce CoQ10 levels even more. Many seniors are unknowingly taking drugs that block the very compound their cells desperately need. But there's good news. Studies have shown that supplementing with CoQ10, especially in its active form called ubiquinol, can restore mitochondrial function, improve heart health, and boost energy levels in adults over 60. One clinical trial from the University of Maryland found that adults over 65 who took 200 milligrams of ubiquinol daily reported significant improvements in physical energy, walking, endurance, and mental alertness within just 12 weeks. This isn't just theory. This is measurable, feel-it-in-your-bones science. So how can you use CoQ10 effectively? First, look for the ubiquinol form. It's easier to absorb and more bioavailable than standard. CoQ10. Aim for a dose between 100 and 200 milligrams per day, taken with a fatty meal to help your body absorb it. Don't expect an instant caffeine-like jolt. This is a long game. You're feeding your mitochondria so they can build resilience day after day. Over a few weeks, many people notice that they wake up more refreshed, walk farther without tiring, and even think more clearly. But here's my medical advice. If you're on medications like blood thinners, beta blockers, or statins, talk to your doctor first. CoQ10 is generally safe, but interactions are always worth checking. Now I want you to picture this. Your body is a darkened room, and every mitochondrion is a light bulb. CoQ10 is the electricity that turns those lights back on, not all at once, but steadily, room by room, system by system. You don't need to overhaul your entire life. You just need to restore the current. Have you ever taken CoQ10 before? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your experience. Now, let's move on to the next key. A powerful, natural way to deliver more oxygen and nutrients to every cell in your body, so your mitochondria can keep doing their job. Let's talk about Beetroot. Energy doesn't just come from within your cells. It also depends on how well oxygen and nutrients are delivered to those cells. And that delivery system, it's your circulatory system. As we age, our blood vessels lose flexibility, arteries stiffen, blood flow slows down, and when circulation weakens, so does everything else. Your muscles, your memory, your stamina. This is where beetroot comes in. One of the most powerful natural foods for improving blood flow. Beetroot is rich in compounds called nitrates. Once inside your body, those nitrates are converted into nitric oxide, a molecule that relaxes and widens your blood vessels. Think of it like opening the highway for your blood. Wider roads, fewer traffic jams, more oxygen reaches your brain, your heart, your muscles. Your mitochondria get the fuel they need to work at full capacity. In a landmark study published in the Journal of Gerontology, older adults who drank beetroot juice daily for just 6 days showed a 21% improvement in muscle power and a 16% increase in blood flow to the legs. The participants weren't elite athletes. They were people in their 60s and 70s, just like you, struggling with fatigue, weakness, and poor stamina. And the beetroot made a visible difference in just 1 week. You don't need to drink gallons of juice. Just half a cup a day is enough to trigger benefits. You can also eat steamed beets 3 or 4 times a week, or add raw beet slices to your salad. If you prefer supplements, look for concentrated beetroot powder, but make sure it's nitrate-rich and free of added sugar or artificial flavors. And here's a tip. Pair beetroot with leafy greens, like spinach or arugula, which also support nitric oxide production. Together, they act as natural vasodilators, improving circulation without medications. But a quick word of caution. If you have low blood pressure or are on blood pressure medications, talk to your physician before adding beetroot in large amounts. It's powerful, and we want to use it wisely. Now, close your eyes and picture this. Your bloodstream is like a narrow stream barely moving through dry soil. When you introduce nitric oxide, it's like a sudden rainfall. The stream widens, flows faster, nourishes every inch of land it touches. That's what beetroot can do for your body, and that's why it's one of my top recommendations for restoring natural energy after 60. Still with me? Then you're ready for the next piece of the puzzle. Something most people overlook completely when talking about energy. Let's talk about hydration, but not just water. Smart hydration with minerals your cells depend on. When you think of fatigue, water might not be the first thing that comes to mind. But here's the truth. Dehydration is one of the most underestimated causes of low energy in people over 60. And it's not just about drinking more water. It's about how well that water is absorbed, distributed, and used inside your cells. Without the right balance of electrolytes, even the purest water can leave you feeling just as tired as before. Your body runs on electrical impulses. Every heartbeat, every muscle contraction, every brain signal relies on minerals like sodium, potassium, and magnesium to fire correctly. These are electrolytes, and without them, your energy system As we age, we lose more fluids through the kidneys, become less sensitive to thirst, and often reduce salt intake out of fear, even when our bodies need more, not less. This leads to a dangerous mix: low hydration, low minerals, and low energy. What does that look like in real life? Feeling lightheaded when standing up, muscle cramps at night, mental fog in the afternoon, weakness after meals, and that constant sense of running on empty even after rest. But here's the fix. Start your day with what I call a mineral kickstart. 1 glass of water with a pinch of sea salt and a squeeze of lemon. This simple combination provides sodium, trace minerals, and vitamin C to improve absorption. Next, focus on potassium-rich foods: avocado, spinach, sweet potato, and coconut water. These help regulate your heartbeat, support energy, metabolism, and reduce blood pressure naturally. Magnesium is just as important, especially for muscle relaxation and sleep quality. You can get it from almonds, pumpkin seeds, dark chocolate, or consider a gentle magnesium glycinate supplement if needed. And if you're active or sweating more often, adding a low-sugar electrolyte powder to your water can make a big difference. Just avoid those neon-colored sports drinks packed with sugar and artificial ingredients. They do more harm than good. Here's how I explain this to patients. Imagine your cells are little engines. Water is the gasoline, but electrolytes are the motor oil. Without them, your engine may run, but it won't run well. It will overheat, slow down, and eventually break down. Hydration is not just about quantity, it's about quality. You want water that works, water that fuels your mitochondria and keeps your internal systems firing on all cylinders. Have you ever felt weak or dizzy even after drinking water? Now you know why. It wasn't the water alone. It was what the water was missing. So, we've talked about CoQ10 to restart energy, beetroot to boost circulation, and hydration to balance the electrical side of your body. But there's one more crucial piece left. And it's something that impacts not only your energy, but your mind, your mood, and your motivation. Let's move into it now. We've talked a lot about physical energy, but what about mental energy? Because the truth is, when your body feels tired, your brain often feels even worse. Have you noticed moments when you just can't think clearly? You forget simple things. You lose motivation. You feel irritable for no reason. This isn't just stress. It's your mitochondria affecting your mood. Your brain consumes more energy than any other organ. Even though it makes up only 2% of your body weight, it uses about 20% of your energy supply. So when mitochondrial function drops, the brain is the first to suffer. Scientists now understand that low mitochondrial output in the brain is linked to depression, anxiety, and cognitive decline. And here's the scary part. Many seniors are prescribed medications for these symptoms, without anyone checking what's happening at the cellular level. But there's hope, because restoring your energy system doesn't just help your body, it helps your mind. And it starts with 3 simple actions. First, movement. Not intense workouts, just consistent, daily movement. Walking, stretching, light resistance exercises. These increase blood flow to the brain, stimulate new mitochondria, and improve neuroplasticity. Even a 15-minute walk after meals can brighten your mood and clear your thoughts. Second, fuel your brain with omega-3 fatty acids. DHA found in fish oil and fatty fish like salmon or sardines supports mitochondrial membranes in brain cells. Studies show that seniors who consume omega-3 regularly have better memory, less brain shrinkage, and improved emotional balance. Third, manage oxidative stress. Your mitochondria are sensitive to inflammation and free radicals, byproducts of stress, processed food, pollution, and even lack of sleep. Antioxidants like alpha-lipoic acid, vitamin C, and polyphenols from berries or green tea can protect your brain's energy factories. Think of it this way. Your brain is like a light bulb. When the electricity flickers, the light dims. Your thoughts slow down. Your mood changes. But when the current flows freely, when your mitochondria are supported, that light shines bright again. You become sharper, more focused, more present with the people you love. And the best part, you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to change everything overnight. It starts with one walk, one meal, one small win at a time. So let's quickly recap everything we've covered. And then I'll leave you with one final message of encouragement. Now that you understand what your mitochondria do and how their decline affects your entire body, let's talk about something most doctors don't tell you. You can rebuild them. Yes, even after 6 your body still has the ability to create new mitochondria and strengthen the ones you already have. The process is called mitochondrial biogenesis, and it's one of the most powerful tools you have for fighting fatigue, brain fog, and physical decline. But here's the key. It doesn't come from a pill. It comes from daily habits, repeated signals that tell your body, hey, we still need strength. We still need energy. Let's keep building. The first and most effective habit, intermittent movement. I'm not talking about high-intensity exercise or running marathons. I'm talking about small bursts of activity throughout the day, walking after meals, light bodyweight squats while brushing your teeth, standing and stretching every hour if you've been sitting too long. Why does this matter? Because every time you move, you increase blood flow, stimulate energy production, and send a signal to your mitochondria that more energy is needed. That signal alone can trigger new growth. A study published in the journal Cell Metabolism found that older adults who engaged in low-impact resistance training just 3 times a week showed increased mitochondrial density in muscle tissue after only 6 weeks. That's real, measurable cellular improvement from simple, consistent movement. The second habit, controlled cold exposure. Now, don't panic. I'm not suggesting ice baths unless you want them. Even just ending your shower with 30 seconds of cool water can help. Cold exposure activates a pathway in your body called PGC1 alpha, which directly stimulates mitochondrial growth and efficiency. You don't need to be extreme. Just challenge your comfort zone slightly, and your cells will respond. The third habit, strategic fasting. Not starvation, but simply extending the time between your last meal at night and your first meal the next day. Ideally 12 to 14 hours, allows your body to clean out damaged mitochondria and build healthier replacements. This process is called mitophagy, and it's essential for energy renewal as we age. When you give your body a break from digestion, it turns inward, repairing what's broken and optimizing what remains. You'll feel the difference in your focus, your endurance, even in your mood. And there's a fourth habit that gets overlooked: deep, consistent breathing. When you breathe shallowly, which many older adults do unconsciously, you deprive your cells of oxygen. But when you take full diaphragmatic breaths several times a day, you feed your mitochondria what they need to function: oxygen. Try this simple practice. Inhale deeply for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale slowly for 6. Repeat that 3 times, twice a day. It improves oxygen delivery, reduces stress hormones, and supports energy metabolism. These small, intentional habits might not look dramatic from the outside, but inside your body, they create a ripple effect, improving blood flow, supporting detox, balancing hormones, and yes, rebuilding mitochondria. So think about this. What if your next breath, your next stretch, your next meal choice wasn't just about today, but about telling your body you're still building, still adapting, still growing? That's the message I want you to carry forward. You are not powerless against aging. You are not stuck with fatigue forever. You have the tools. Now, let me show you one final practice, one that binds all of this together and gives your body the spark to keep going. Let's move into the last core element of energy renewal. You've heard it before, just get more sleep. But if you're over 60 and struggling with energy, the quality of your sleep matters far more than the quantity. Because during deep sleep, your body doesn't just rest, it repairs. And one of the most critical repairs happening every night is mitochondrial regeneration. In fact, your mitochondria go through a process of renewal during sleep. Damaged ones are cleared out, healthy ones are strengthened, new ones are created. But this only happens when you enter the deeper stages of sleep, what scientists call slow-wave sleep and REM. Here's the problem. Aging, stress, medications, and even late-night screen time can all reduce the amount of deep sleep you get. That means, even if you spend 8 hours in bed, your cells may be missing the window to repair themselves. So how do we fix this? It starts with rhythm. Your body has an internal clock, your circadian rhythm, that controls when hormones are released, when melatonin rises, and when mitochondria go into repair mode. But this clock only works well when it's kept on schedule. The most powerful step you can take: wake up and go to bed at the same time every day, even on weekends. This consistency trains your brain to fall into deep sleep faster and stay there longer. Next, optimize your light exposure. Get sunlight into your eyes within the first hour of waking up. This doesn't mean staring at the sun. Just step outside without sunglasses for a few minutes. That simple habit boosts serotonin during the day and melatonin at night, improving both mood and sleep quality. Then, reduce artificial light at night, especially blue light from screens, which tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime. Dim your lights after dinner. Use amber filters on your phone or TV. Or better yet, shut them off an hour before bed and enjoy a book or calming music instead. What you eat also matters. Heavy meals, caffeine, or alcohol within 3 hours of bedtime disrupt your ability to reach restorative sleep. Instead, aim to finish eating earlier and choose light, easily digestible meals in the evening. There's also a key mineral that supports deeper sleep: magnesium. It relaxes muscles, calms the nervous system, and helps regulate melatonin. You can get it from pumpkin seeds, leafy greens, or a supplement, ideally magnesium glycinate, which is gentle and effective. Now here's something most people don't know. Sleep isn't just when your body recovers. It's when your brain a system called the glymphatic system activates at night to flush out waste products and toxins from the brain. And guess what powers that system? Mitochondria. Without enough restorative sleep, toxins build up, brain fog worsens, and your energy crashes the next day, no matter how well you eat or how many supplements you take. So let me paint the picture. Sleep is like a night crew that comes in to clean, repair, and refuel every cell in your body. But if you don't give them access, if you don't let them in, the mess builds up and the system slows down. Don't underestimate the power of a calm evening routine. Dim the lights, stretch your body, lower your stress, prepare your environment for true rest, because that's when your mitochondria come alive, silently rebuilding you for the day ahead. You don't have to sleep perfectly every night, but if you can consistently protect this sacred time, your body will reward you with sharper focus, more strength, better moods, and yes, more energy. Now let's bring everything together. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've uncovered together. If you're over 60 and feeling tired more often, if your energy fades quickly, your legs feel weak, or your mind feels cloudy, it's not just aging, it's mitochondrial decline, and it can be reversed. We started by understanding how your energy is produced at the cellular level. We looked at how CoQ10 supports those tiny power plants inside your cells, and how restoring it can reignite strength and stamina. Then we explored beetroot, nature's circulation booster, and how nitric oxide helps deliver fuel to every organ in your body. We talked about hydration, but not just water. Electrolytes like magnesium, sodium, and potassium that keep your energy systems firing. We connected mitochondria to mood, memory, and emotional health, and discovered how small changes can brighten both your mind and your outlook. We learned that movement, breathing, fasting, and even cold showers are more than habits. They're signals that tell your body to rebuild itself. And finally, we return to the foundation of recovery: sleep. Deep, restorative sleep that heals your brain and restores energy at its core. These are not theories, they're actions, simple, practical tools you can start using today, one at a time, to rebuild the strength and clarity you deserve. Because you are not powerless, you are not broken. Your energy isn't gone, it's just been waiting to be reignited. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Pick one step, one habit, one change, and give your body the message it's been waiting for. And if any of this has helped you, inspired you, or given you hope, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below if you've tried any of these strategies before, or if you're planning to start today. Your story might just inspire someone else to take that first step. And now, I'll leave you with this. It's not about changing everything overnight. It's about one choice, one habit, one meal at a time. This is Dr. William Carter, and I'll see you in the next video.